we're starting today with Teal Squad.
That's right, Teal Squadron. Yep, Teal Squadron. It's something we've made up. It's based in the Star Wars universe, but as Affles, we love the colour teal. So after many years of talking about it, we thought, oh, let's build a collaboration in Star Wars. We'll make up our own squadron and the colours will be teal. So we've got, I don't know, is it 10 people? 11 people, wow, including 3 official LEGO designers have contributed to this collaboration. This is about the 4th time it's been displayed, but this is by far the biggest. We've reached our peak now.
It grows every time.
It grows every time. We've got lots of lights, lots of mechanical features, lots of motors, lots of fun stuff as well. A lot of Star Wars builds you'll find are quite serious and a bit take themselves too serious. We don't. We're quite happy to have little in-jokes and stuff. You'll find a great big sea monster around there that we've called Gary. We've got lots of little things for the kids to see. As we sort of take it seriously, we build to a high standard, but without going too far, I think.
So how do you go about doing the different sections, the different projects? Do you just say, oh, today I want to do a launch pad of some sort and let's just sit and work on that, or?
Yeah, that's another thing about us. It's quite loose as a collaboration. Some collaborations are quite strict and you have to join everything together. The whole design of having landing pads, it means it makes it quite fluid. So we built all the sea plates. That was the biggest job. And then everyone's decided what they want to build, whether they're building a ship or a landing pad. And over yesterday afternoon, we just worked out how best to fit it all together, really. Little bridges connect everything together. And it's come together pretty well, I think. I'm quite happy with how it's all gone.
I would like to hear more about the walk across.
Okay, so these bits I built myself. So this is in the universe. This is an ex-Imperial turbo laser that the rebels have stolen away. You can see sort of different styles of design at different places. So this is all quite Imperial, but some of the buildings are like original buildings from the planet from quite a long time ago. Some of the things that rebels have built and added to expand the whole base. You can follow all the different walkways and landing pads and things, and you can pretty much connect from one end to the other. So make an excellent computer game or something like that. It would be really nice connecting it all together. The other thing that I really like this time, which we haven't had before, is we've got lots of creatures, lots of sea creatures and stuff that brings it together, really. It's all, Star Wars is all about giant monsters and things, I think. So yeah, we got little birds, crabs. There's a great big pink squid on the other side. There's all sorts of little bits and pieces like that.
I really must admit, I do like the sea creatures, especially the sea monster right here.
Yeah, this is Gary the sea creature. Yeah, that's what we've decided to call it.
Yeah.
But yeah, building it so that it sort of appeared to come out of a two-dimensional sea was quite a challenge to make it feel like it was actually coming out, because obviously there's no depth there. But yeah, I was very happy how it came out. Lots of great big teeth.
What timeline in the Star Wars saga would this be?
So this is during the Empire. So I think it's sort of before A New Hope, I would say, just a few years before A New Hope, that sort of period.
If you can't tell, my husband's a Star Wars fan, so...
We're all are Star Wars fans, really, aren't we? I'm sure you are as well. Dragged along with it, anyway.
You said this is the 4th time that this has been shown?
This is the 2nd time it's been in Manchester at Bricktastic. So yeah, we had about half of this last year. But Kev, who runs the show, asked us back and he said, I want you back, but I want it bigger and better. So here it is.
Do you think it's going to get any bigger, or?
I don't think it can get any bigger. It was so stressful setting it up yesterday afternoon. I don't think I could deal with it being any bigger than this.
So is Gary your favorite part of this build?
It is this year, because that's the last thing I built. But I mean, just like the little ships, like this is Teal 3. I'm really happy with that, and I've had that. That's probably the first thing I built for the whole thing. And you know, and the biggest thing is how it's a collaboration. It's all come together so nicely. So many people have built what they're interested in and what they want to do, and it's just gelled so nicely together.
Are you all from the Manchester area?
No, not at all. Most of us are sort of London. Ben's from Bristol. The Lego designers are obviously based in Denmark, and they've brought their ships in by hand luggage and stuff. So
yeah, so I built the tower here on the far side. This ship here, this little gun turret here.
You like mechanization, I see.
Yeah, I like to try and get I'm just using the old Mindstorms. We get some movement in there. So this obviously tower rotates. The little frog here sticks his tongue out. And and then the tower's got a lift that goes up and down. So it kind of, I guess it helps keep it interesting. Yeah.
It definitely does. It definitely does. How long did it take to do this tower?
So, well, it's kind of happened because I built the tower probably about 5 years ago,
Okay.
but it was a different design. So then for this, it probably took about six months or so to basically strip all the outside and then rebuild it in this style to suit Teal Squadron. But the skeleton was already there. But yeah, it took a while. As you can see, at the top's got a slight angle. It's the angles that always cause the problems.
Where did you get the original idea from? Because this is all, I mean, Star Wars theme, but that design had to come out of your head, or where did you get that design idea from? Especially like for the towers and this other piece here.
Yeah.
You do it on paper first, or?
No, I don't. I mean, sometimes I might sketch something out, but mostly I'll just everyone has different techniques. You know, a lot of people use to build it on a computer first. My technique is generally just to start building something I've got in my mind and see how it goes. And just take a bit longer, and you end up having to then rebuild stuff. But I guess it is inspired through the Star Wars universe, but not on anything specific.
This is one of the largest Star Wars themed Lego build that I've seen. If you like this kind of content, be sure to like and subscribe.
So I built this landing pad here and the spaceship here, which is like an old freighter that they've repurposed.
How long did it take you to build this landing pad?
The landing pad was, we bought this here last year, and I built that the day before coming. Very, very quickly.
Yeah.
And then the ship took a little bit longer than that. So I wanted to have lots of play features with the ship. So there are side panels that come off. It says. So that's a toilet. So just like the play sets that we used to have when I was a kid. But I'm just amazed to see it all put together.
It looks really good. And I love the detail on the inside. That's awesome.
Hi, I'm Mansoor, aka Lamborghini Waffle Sauce. That's my Instagram handle. And I only built one spaceship for Teal Squadron. And I built, I call it Teal 6, the Cerulean Phoenix. And this Starfighter is a teal recolor of the fireball from Star Wars Resistance. Originally it's like a yellow and olive green, but I made it teal, and this was my only contribution to Teal Squadron. I don't know how many pieces is it. It's, judging by the weight, which it's got a lot of heft to it, it's got to be over 1,000 pieces. We don't count these things when we build because it's impossible to do so. But there's a lot of tiny greebles in here, a lot of little gray gubbins for all the mechanical detailing. A few large pieces as well, but it's really like when we build these Star Wars style spaceships, we go for detail, accuracy, like all that rugged goodness that's the Star Wars aesthetic that people love. So, and my goal was to make this as sturdy as possible, so I can just run around and just be like, whee! And that's a good place to cut it.
Yeah.
So I'm Alec, and I made this one. This is Teal 1, so that's probably the first ship in the squadron that was completed. And yeah, I'll show you. It's got when you pick it up, the engines drop down like that.
Oh,
so
wow.
It's got when you push that, the landing gear comes out. So yeah, it's a Technic mechanism I built into it there. Just put that back. There we go. Oh, there we go. Oh, sorry.
And the reason I asked if you were official Lego builder, because this looks like an official
Yeah, thank you.
Lego
very
build
kind.
set. It's beautiful.
I also did this one. So this is based on the classic Y-Wing from Star Wars. And I love this ship because it's got all of these sort of details and pipes and things on it. So we call this greebling, sort of stuff that looks like it performs a function, but we don't know exactly what, but it's sort of got that sort of industrial, semi-realistic look. So yeah, that's that one. And then I made a few other things on the main display. So I built the giant squid down there. And I also made this other Y-wing here on the landing pad. So that's a bit of a departure from the classic designs. It's got a different style of cockpit and some other details. And then finally, the other two ships I built. So you see over here, so that's based on the E-wing, which first appeared, I think, in some comics ages ago, but then it appeared in the Ahsoka TV series. So I did a teal version of that. And then I thought it would be interesting to do like an upscaled version. So this other E-wing over there with the 4 engines. So that's like a bigger version, and it's got a hatch at the back that opens, and you can have troops in the back. So yeah, that's just a variant on that design. Yeah.
So roughly, you did about 6 ships. So
I think I did 5 in total.
5. Okay.
Yeah.
How many hours did each one take roughly?
Well, I mean, each one will be at least a few weeks' work. I think the first one probably took the longest because it's got that Technic mechanism in, which took ages to get right. But yeah, they're all between a few weeks to a few months of work. So, but yeah, it's been a great project to work on. But we've been doing it for nearly 2 years now, so it's come in different iterations to different shows. But this is the biggest we've ever done. Luckily, I've not had to build any of the ocean. My friends have done all of that, so I've just focused on. I've done spaceships, 1 landing pad, and a couple of sea creatures. I also did the lobster down here, the giant lobster. But yeah, I really like an ocean setting, because then you can do these other things which sort of give it that sort of additional character.
It looks so good. All the different pieces, they look so great together.
That's because we've done collaborations before, so we all kind of know each other's styles to some extent, and we have like a Discord online chat, so we share images of what we're working on, and then from that we can see what other people are doing and you know, adjust designs and so on. But yeah, it tends to happen kind of organically, and we don't sort of, we kind of work out the rough shape and size of things and then hope it all fits at the end. It's a little bit crowded. Maybe we could have done with maybe a few more ocean plates, and but no, it's come together well in the end.
It looks great. Thank you so
Very much. Thank you.
Neither of which are working. The 2 things I built.
But they look
motorized.
great. So we didn't even know they're supposed to do something else.
Right, so what did I build? I built this. This is Teal 8, and it's this big sort of heavy lifting spaceship. It has this little buggy, the Tealmobile, which drives up inside it. It has a ramp at the front, which opens and closes. It has these engines, which turn, and there's lights, and smoke comes out. And the whole thing is supposed to go up and down, and about half an hour ago it broke, quite catastrophically. And so now it's just sat there while I build up the courage to try and fix it later. But yeah, and it's what, a year and a half to, but it was actually here last year and it didn't work at all. And it seems to be the case that if you build things that move and have motors in, it takes you a year or 2 just to figure out how they work. And then I also built this space station here, which is a sort of rotating restaurant in space. And if you're getting close, you can see there's various people having their dinner inside.
Great.
And then I added these kind of landing pad arms on the sides. And again, this thing is supposed to go round. It's supposed to be spinning. In the future, I might expand this. I could put more, landing pads and things coming out of it and that sort of stuff.
How are you balancing the weight on this space station? Because I see it's just coming down to one little pillar here.
Steel.
Steel,
It's a
okay.
piece of steel.
Okay.
So, and it's got
it's just a big bit of metal with 4 arms that come out and it goes up, and then there's a sort of little tiny table thing inside the whole thing is resting on.
And then you built the Lego all around all of that.
Yeah. It comes off. It all disassembles.
Yeah.
And that was something I did. I had a model a couple of years ago where I did that, and it had a big steel frame. And I mean, I quite like building things that are off the table and they're not just sat there, you know. And so with this one, I wanted it to sort of float in the air and not.
How long did this take?
Space station.
About a year.
About a year.
Yeah.
And the idea of it, the design.
How did I design it? I'm trying to remember. I think I started with these windows, and I wanted to do these windows with these sort of, they're like these pentagonal panel things, and then it sort of, so it had to be, but I like building things that are round and not boxy, so I think it sort of started from that. But I didn't really have much of a plan with that one. Usually I plan things more. This one was a case of I built a round bit and then I built a bit underneath, and then I was like, what shall I do? You know, I built some arms that stick out, that sort of stuff.